Hi there. Surprise. ZIM stock is going up quite a lot. In just one day, the stock price went up 13%. The market cap is about 2 billion. The PE ratio still low, under 1. And as you can see, this nice dividend yield. And the important question you should ask is, why is ZIM stock going up? You probably know, but if you don't know, the US and China will reduce tariff rates. As you already know, there has been this trade war between the US and China. They announced higher tariffs, over 100%, but more recently, they made a deal to reduce the US tariffs from 145% to 40% by May 14, and China will cut its tariffs of 125% to 10%. And what does it mean this? Well, when you have lower tariffs, the trade grows. They stimulate trade between the US and China. And as ZIM depends a lot, their services, they make money by offering shipping services, they have a lot to gain. Now, what's important to understand is that this reduction is available only for 90 days. You can see here, 90-day tariff reduction agreement between the US and China. After that, you have to ask yourself what will happen. But as companies, the US and also China and around the world have this window, this agreement, tariff reduction, a pause in those high tariffs of 90 days, this means that shipping rates will increase because the demand for goods will increase in those 90 days. Companies will buy more, and you might see an increase in ZIM stock and also in shipping rates during this period. For the moment, if you look at shipping rates, no reaction for the moment, flat, around 1300. But as more companies will take advantage of this window, 90 days, those rates, shipping rates, freight rates, may increase more in the future, from 1300 to 1500. And then, if that happens, you know that ZIM will make more money. And their dividend, of course, may not be 100%, 40%, but they will be able to pay a dividend if you have higher shipping rates. Now, another question you should ask is, what will happen to ZIM stock after the 90 days? Because now it's clear, ZIM stock and freight rates may increase more in the future. And that's why the market reacted, up 14% in just one day. This is clear. This is the past. But you have to predict the future, because you'll make money in the future, not in the past. So what will happen to ZIM stock after the 90 days, after that period, that pause in tariffs? Well, you have three scenarios where China and the US may make another deal, a great deal, that can stimulate the trade between the two countries and around the world, and ZIM stock can grow more in the future. And also those freight rates may increase because of higher demand. You might have that. Then, second scenario, ZIM stock goes down because you might have a recession. Maybe they won't make a good deal and the demand gets lower. And of course, there's also problems in the US economy. They have a lot of expenses, high debt, and if a recession comes, then the trade will be affected, and of course also the shipping rates, and ZIM stock will go down. Now, the first scenario, the stock price be flat. And this is the worst thing that can happen. You have flat shipping rates, they might decrease to 1000. You can also have that scenario. And the stock price be flat. Something like this. As it happened during the last 1 year. just a small decline of about 13%. And this is bad because you might not get any dividends if shipping rates are low, and you just sit with your money in this stock and you gain nothing. And this is the worst case. Now, you also have to assess the probabilities of those three scenarios. ZIM to go up, ZIM to go down, and ZIM to be flat. Let me know in the comments what you think. What scenario has the highest probability to happen? Then, another important question is, will ZIM continue to pay high dividends? Because as I said, if the stock price remains flat and rates go down, that will be bad. But if rates stay high, let's say higher than 1200, then even if the stock price stays flat, you might get a nice dividend over 40%. So how can you assess this? If ZIM can continue to pay more dividends in the future? Well, to do that, you have to look at the shipping rates. For the moment, they are about 1300, right? You see here, for the moment. If they go higher, that will be better for you. If they go lower, that will be quite bad for you. But for the moment, 1300. Now, you also have to look at the past of ZIM. Let me show you here. And how they made money in the past. For instance, in 2023, when freight rates were about 1200 for the full year, they made about 900 million in free cash flow. And net income was a loss. Of course, here they had an impairment. You have to look here, adjusted EBIT. Still a loss, 422 million. So you can see that when rates are about 1200, they make no money. This is clear. You look at the past, what they did, right? Then you look at 2024, when rates were about 1800 or 1800. ZIM made, how much money they made? Here, net income over 2 billion. So this is quite a lot. 2 billion, if rates go from this level of 1300 to here 1800, you have 2 billion in earnings. What does it mean 2 billion in earnings? You get 50% in dividends because that's their policy. That means 1 billion. 1 billion to the current market cap of 2 billion, 50% in dividends. But only if you can get 50% in dividends, only if rates go to 1800 or around that level, 1700, 1800. Now they are around 1300. So they might report a profit for this year, break even, not a loss, because this loss was for when the rates were about 1200, and now as they're about 1300, for the next quarter they might report a small profit. So your dividend won't be that high next quarter. But going forward, if those rates go to 1500, 1600, close to 1800, for sure you'll have a profit. And if that happens, of course, ZIM will continue to pay a high dividend as it happened in 2024. So again, as I said, you have more scenarios and you have to assess them. You have to assess them if they can continue to pay high dividends or not. They are about to report the earnings here, ZIM, on May 19th. And then you can listen to the earnings call, see their presentation. Of course, I'll make a new video if you remind me in the comments. And then we can find more. What are their plans? What the management thinks about the future? Now, my valuation for this company is still the same. If you ask me what price would I pay for ZIM, go to my profile, press join, and then scroll down to choose the level you want. In this case, my valuation is for Spartan investor. The true value for that company, the price you have to pay to make a profit, at least a profit. As you probably know, if you look at my past videos, my predictions about ZIM were quite good. Now, if you want more, for instance, you want to learn more about ZIM or other companies, I also have an 1-hour coaching call with me. Go to the exclusive level, press join, and we have a meeting together. You share your screen, I share my screen, and we collaborate. And of course, you can also get access to my portfolio and an ongoing investing course. By the way, if you buy this level, exclusive, you have access to all previous levels. And same for Titan. If you buy Titan, see what I buy, what I sell, what I own, you have access to Spartan and Gladiator. So it's a great deal. If you want to improve your investment returns, then join my membership. So that's it for this video. And if you have other questions about ZIM, let me know in the comments.